Hallo Leute, ich bin Katja und ihr seht Deutsch für euch. So after all of that grammar over the last few weeks, I figured it was time for something less concrete and more... well, basically we're doing some more phonetic stuff today. Smooth. Plus it's going to be pretty short. Woot! So today we're taking on another thing that is really different for English speakers learning German, and that is German Auslautverhärtung. Literally that means end sound hardening. Yeah, bet that was a big help. So, as I'm sure you know, in German like in English, we have a few pairs of consonants that are basically two versions of the same sound. In German, these pairs are z versus s. This is, by the way, one of the reasons why I'm doing this for German, because you have this pair in English too, but for you it's S and Z, while for us it's a soft S and a sharp S, so Z and S. Then T, D, P, B, F, V, G, K, J, Sh, and finally J, Ch. The difference between these pairs is that one is always harsher than the other. Phonetically speaking, that means that for one, your vocal folds vibrate, while for the other, they don't. The sounds for which they do vibrate are called soft, while the ones for which they don't vibrate are called hard. For most people, this terminology seems to be intuitive. If it isn't for you, try humming the sounds. The sounds that you can turn into somewhat of a hum are called the soft sounds. So for example, I could hum a D, z, 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 but I definitely can't hum a T. You see? Now, in both German and English, these sound pairs, when exchanged, can change the meaning of a word. Like in, for example, the pair rib and rip. One is a bone, the other is tearing something apart. In German, the changing of meaning through these sounds exclusively happens at the beginning or in the middle of a word. Because we have Auslautverhärtung, which means that if the soft partner of one of these pairs stands at the end of a word, it automatically gets hardened. Like so. The day, Tag, sounds like tak, but is spelled with a G at the end. The same happens with Pferd, which is spelled with a D, but pronounced as if it had a T at the end. Pferd. Brav, spelled brav. Gras, spelled gras. Leib, spelled Leib. Orange, spelled orange. I think the most clear pairs here are GK, TD, and PB. Now, to many Germans, including myself, it sounds like there is a slight difference between a soft consonant that is hardened through Auslautverhärtung and an actual hard consonant. I genuinely do think that I hear a difference between my naturally pronounced Weg and the intentionally hardened Weg. In reality, all I do to emphasize the K, if I put it in there intentionally, is that I aspirate it at the end, which I don't do as much with normal Weg. So bottom line, there is not supposed to be a difference. You might get some Germans telling you that there is a slight difference that you have to get right, but you do not need to learn some obscure middle sound for all of these, so breathe out. What you need to remember to sound more authentically German is that you need to harden these soft consonants if they stand at the end of a word. My guess is that it might not even be necessary to actively remember it, because it won't be that hard once you actually get to speak a bit more German, because it just helps with the flow of the language. But that might just be the ignorant native speaker in me thinking out loud. If, by the way, you're not a native English speaker and this sounds like, nothing new to you, then your native language probably already does this too. So, from hearing German a few times, you might just do it intuitively anyway. Anyway, that's it for today. Your random word of the week is der Bademantel. Hui! Okay, bis nächste Woche. Tschüss!